has played a father in so many different texts, a found father figure. But do you think it's safe to say that Reed is the first capital D daddy in the MCU?
Evacuation in progress. Get the out of here. Get the out of here. Get the out of here.
Let's have some Bible.
You know, in the year of what is now 2025, Jurassic Rebirth, Stillbirth, New Birth, Dominion Birth is now going to be leading probably the box office hits with some of the largest numbers that we've ever seen. Even with them having the Down syndrome dinosaur, they just make billions of dollars. Superman is doing okay, depending on what people want to see, but now we have the last threesome set for this movie, The Fantastic Four, in the box office brawl saga of 2025. And, well, it pleases me to say, I honestly really enjoyed this movie a lot.
Oh my God!
Step on down to my little slice of hell, and Mr. Sinister's going to restore some order and balance to this debauchery of violence that we have seen throughout the conversation that is the Fantastic Four. Yes, I will say that this was quite an enjoyable movie, and honestly, I'm going to just get it out of the way. I do recommend people go see this, and I want people to go see this. That being said, it's certainly not a perfect movie, and honestly, when the bar's set that this low that Peter Dinklage can walk underneath it with no problem, that's going to be saying something. But I'd honestly got to say, and I'll get it right off the bat, Pedro Pascal was not my choice for Reed Richards. The man can act. He's just in everything at this point. I've gotten sick of him, but he does give a good performance as Reed Richards, and the guy can act. I'm not going to take that away from him. A lot of things of what we heard this movie was going to be, it was going to be extremely female empowered, that Sue Storm was going to be leading this team, that Silver Surfer was going to be overly used as a Mary Sue. No, it wasn't true at all. This is already going to be an established world that Mr. Sinister is going to take us down to first, my friends. They're already going to be the Fantastic Four. They've already got their powers. They give a brief little mashup of what they've already been through, and then boom, here we go. They've been trying to be pregnant for over 2 years now, and well, finally works. If you know who Franklin Richards is, we're going to get to that in a bit. Yes, that's exactly who's going to be coming. But speaking of coming, female Silver Surfer.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald.
You can herald this dick. This leads me to one of my favorite parts of the movie right now, and honestly, one of the parts I enjoyed the most, Galactus. Galactus is a freak force of nature with a godlike appetite. He was done sensational here. After they're able to track Galactus down and attempt to bargain with him, well, it's not going to go as planned. And as soon as he gets introduced, the glowing of his eyes is sensational. You get the dark color purple, you get his commands. He doesn't speak, he gives decrees when this man honestly speaks. Well done, and I enjoyed it.
I was once little like you billions of years ago.
I saw it in IMAX. When you spoke, my chair shook.
Excellent.
Which good. And the voice helps.
And the voice helps. I would just say, icon.
Galactus is 14 billion years old, so it's kind of the perspective of what a human looks like. And Galactus' perspective to a human is miles beyond that. So
once Galactus knows that Franklin Richards is there and a very heavily pregnant Sue Storm, which I guess that was the smart thing to do to take her into outer space, sure, go for it. Galactus wants Franklin Richards because he is tired of eating up all these planets, satiate his appetite, and he knows Franklin Richards can stop that. And the dude's like, look, I need a fucking break. I'm tired of this shit.
I would like to see the baby.
But of course, that was the only part of the bargain. Galactus made a deal. All right, give me your unborn child, and I will leave the planet alone. And of course, like the properly mother that she is, that's one of the things I did like about Sue Storm. She wasn't conveyed as a Mary Sue, as like a lot of the headlines thought that she was going to be some overempowered girl boss. She's a mother trying to protect her son. I do think she was portrayed the right way in that part, because that's how a protective mother is supposed to act with her children, Wanda. Now, don't get me wrong, there's definitely still a scene at the end of the movie where I'm still going to have to give them some credit, but I'm also going to be calling them out on their bullshit also, Marvel. Don't think you're off the hook that easily. There is a scene at the end involving Sue Storm where I'm just calling bullshit. There's no way she could have done that all by herself. But after they devised their super secret plan, and for some reason it still works, even though that made no sense in how they were able to pull it off so fast, the movie ends. A lot of the credit does have to go to Johnny Storm in this movie. He is able to decipher a big part of the movie and is ultimately able to come to a big hero element. A lot of people do forget the guy is still an astronaut. He is a genius and does this role very well. He does come off as his pretty little playboy attitude. That's one of the other rumors that we thought we were going to get, but honestly, we actually ended up still just getting a very good Johnny Storm. Hats off to you, Eddie. Now, one of the things I wish we could have gotten more of is a lot more time with a lot of the characters, especially Galactus, but I wish we could have gotten more from Ben Grimm. This guy's very interesting. He's the only one that has the hardest time adapting to civilian lifestyle, even though he is a member of the Fantastic Four. Remember, he also can't socialize with anybody. Even though we didn't get to see a lot about that, if at all, I wish we could have gotten more out of the Thing and actually see him do a lot more damage. This guy could have tried taking down Galactus and just break out his fucking kneecaps. Let me know in the comment section below, what did you think of Fantastic Four? There's a lot of things to admire about this movie, but there's definitely some things to nitpick it as well. But what was very nice to see is this Jetson style setup with its 1960s aesthetic. It was very pleasing. It was very nice to see. It was feeling like parts of me living my own childhood again, back in a few million years ago when I was young. This was something I honestly enjoyed. When I like movies, they're great. When I love them even more. But let's face it, one of the most weirdest fucking parts about this movie has been the promotional part. Yes, Vanessa, I know you're pregnant, but for the love of God, unless Pedro's putting that baby inside of you, keep your fucking hands off of him, for fuck's sake, woman.
Terrible confession to make in front of Gordon.
It's because we some of the best, some of the best men in the world, so they don't count.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry, Pedro Poppy. If I got Vanessa Kirby pregnant, you're not fucking touching her. Keep your goddamn hands away from her. I know you say you got social anxiety, but I'm calling fucking bullshit on that one for every goddamn second that I can. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Give the guy one fucking compliment and this is what he does. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you liked this video. And if you didn't like this video, I thank you all so much for watching. This goes without saying. If it's a sin or a win, Fantastic Four First Steps is an absolute win.
You will live. You will live.
And as always, until we meet again.